Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shelly, the owner and creator of the Vintage Hen and Chick, and I'm back with another fun flippin' frenzy video. This one's all about beating the winter blues because this time of year can definitely start to feel a little blah. I'm collaborating with creatives from Sonnet's Creative Membership Group. We all drew names, sent each other surprise items to flip, and we're all creating a vignette using a suitcase to display our upcycled pieces. My mystery box came from Cindy at CNC DIY Factory, and I can't wait to show you how it all came together. Don't forget to check out the playlist in the description to see everyone else's flips too. Now let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about what I got. Cindy from CNC DIY Factory sent me such a great mix of items. And for this flippin' frenzy, we only had 20 minutes for our video. And even though I flipped every single item she sent me, I didn't have time to include them all in the video. So I'm curious, which items do you think I chose to flip for this video? Drop your guesses in the comments before we get started. And make sure you stick around until the end because I'll show you everything upcycled and styled together in my Beat the Winter Blues suitcase vignette. For my first project, I chose to upcycle this blank piece of wood that Cindy sent me. My theme for this Beat the Winter Blues Flippin' Frenzy is florals, spring, birds. And so I'm going to start out by giving this piece of wood 2 coats of Dixie Belle's silk paint in the color French Villa. I'm going to turn this into a beautiful spring sign, and I think this will go perfect in my Beat the Winter Blues vignette. Now that my paint is dry, I'm going to be using a coat of Sweet Pickins Crackle on the front side of my sign. And what the crackle does is it creates a barrier between the base coat of the French Villa and the top coat that I'm going to put on top of the crackle. And it will create crackles so that that French Villa will show through my top coat. This product works really great for this. The thicker you put it on, the bigger crackles you'll have. The thinner you put it on, the smaller the crackles. You want to put it on in even strokes, not overbrushing, because you can kind of drag and pull some of it off. So I'm just going to put one even coat on the front of my sign. I'm going thick because I want thick crackles. Even though my crackle still looks wet, it is dry, it is shiny, it might feel a little bit tacky, but as long as you let it dry for about 2 to 4 hours, you're good to go. And now I'm gonna do my top coat, which is gonna be Sweet Pickins Milk Paint in the color Creamy. I'm gonna kind of do just a dry brush over the crackle. I want it to be kind of messy looking. I don't want full coverage, but I do want some of those crackles to show through that creamy milk paint. So I'm going to do 2 coats of the milk paint in a dry brush technique using a chip brush and then let that dry. My milk paint is dry, and look at that beautiful crackle that it created. I'm going to take my finger sander with some 220 grit sandpaper in it, and I'm going to sand over everything. I want my milk paint to smooth out anything that's going to chip off. I want that to come off, and I want to distress the edges a little bit. Once I'm done sanding, I'm going to wipe everything off completely to get rid of all of that sanding dust. To go with my theme for the Beat the Winter Blues Flippin' Frenzy, I'm going to apply a transfer from the IOD seed catalog to my sign. I think this transfer is perfect for my theme. I'm going to use the whole sheet. And if you've never applied a transfer before, you just tear off the backing sheet, position your transfer where you want it, rub over it with the transfer tool, and then start peeling from one side of the transfer to the next and slowly peel that transfer vellum off, and your transfer will be attached to your project below. Once you get your transfer applied, I like to take the transfer vellum, rub it over the entire transfer to burnish it in to make sure that there's no bubbles or wrinkles in the transfer. So my transfer and my milk paint need to be sealed in, and I'm going to seal this sign in using the Sweet Pickins Dark Beeswax. I'm just going to use a paper towel, rub the beeswax all over the entire sign, and then buff it off with a clean paper towel. I love the look that this beeswax and the crackle give my sign. It makes it look vintage, it makes it look old and worn, and that's the exact look that I'm going for this Flippin' Frenzy video. And don't forget, make sure to stick around to the end of the video, and that way you will be able to see how I styled this sign in my vignette. For project 2, I chose to upcycle this black tin wall hanging. Now, I love the way this looks already with the rust on there, but I wanted to soften it up a little bit for this spring vignette. And so I'm gonna give this 2 coats of Sweet Pickins milk paint in the color creamy. Again, I am just gonna dry brush it on. I want that rust to end up showing through at the end, and I want those details to show through. So I'm just gonna give 2 coats of the milk paint, dry brushing it on, and then let that dry completely. So I've done 2 messy coats of my milk paint, and now I'm going to take my finger sander with some 220 grit sandpaper, and I'm going to sand the sign. I want to bring back that rust. I want any of the milk paint that's going to chip off to come off. Plus, I also want to highlight the details on this piece of metal by distressing all of them. So I'm just going to keep distressing until I get the look that I'm going for, and I want to make sure to get that rust to come back through on this sign. So now it's time to seal in my milk paint. One of my very favorite sealers to use for milk paint is the Sweet Pickins Dark Oil Wax. And so I'm just going to apply a coat of the oil wax over the entire metal sign using a brush. I like to set it aside for about 15 minutes because I really want that oil wax to absorb into that milk paint. So once I get everything coated with the oil wax, I'm going to set it aside for 15 minutes and let that absorb. It's been 15 minutes since I applied the oil wax, and now I'm just going to take a dry paper towel and buff off all the excess oil wax. I like to use a paper towel in one hand to hold my project in place while I'm buffing back the oil wax with my other hand, because you can get fingerprints in your oil wax and they will harden and they will stay in there. So I have everything all buffed off. Stick around to the end so you can see how I styled this beautiful metal sign in my vignette. For project 3, Cindy sent me this tattered, old, beat up book. And to be honest, I love the way this book looks, but we're just gonna dress it up a little bit. And I'm gonna start out by giving the blue cover of the book and the spine 2 coats of Sweet Pickins creamy milk paint. I'm using my chip brush again, and I'm kind of dry brushing it on, doing a messy coat. I don't want full coverage. I want some of that blue to show through, and I'm also going to apply a couple of coats to the spine of the book. So now I'm going to take my finger sander with the 220 grit sandpaper in it and sand the milk paint to make sure that anything chips off is going to come off. I also want to bring back some of that blue of the cover of the book and distress the edges. Now I'm going to add some transfers to my book, and I've chosen transfers from the IOD Seed Catalog transfer set and from the St. Germain transfer set. I thought they went perfectly with my theme of florals and birds and spring. And so I'm going to apply the transfer to the front of my book. I'm going to lay it down, use my transfer tool, rub over the transfer, and then start from one side of the transfer and start peeling back that transfer vellum. Once I get my transfer applied, then I will rub that transfer vellum over the transfer to burnish everything in. And I am on a mission to use up as many of my transfer scraps as I can. And so I just took some transfer scraps from the St. Germain transfer set, and I'm just going to apply them on the top of the book, up in the corners. And I also have a big transfer scrap that I'm going to apply to the spine of the book. I wanted this book to look old and distressed and a little bit tattered. And so I'm taking my finger sander with the 220 grit sandpaper and I'm sanding around the edges. I'm sanding over the transfers to lighten them up a little bit and make them look a little bit more old and worn. Now to seal everything in, I'm going to give my book one good coat of Dixie Belle clear coat in the flat finish, let it dry completely, and then this project is complete. Make sure you stay tuned because coming up is the final reveal of my Beat the Winter Blues Flippin' Frenzy vignette. And here's the final reveal. Everything you see here started as one of the items Cindy from CNC DIY Factory sent me. I upcycled every single piece and brought them all together in this Beat the Winter Blues Flippin' Frenzy suitcase vignette. I went with a spring, floral, and birds theme, something light and cheerful to help shake off that winter blah feeling. Make sure that you check out the playlist in the description to see what the other creatives made. You won't regret it. And let me know in the comments which piece was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate you being here. Be sure to stay tuned for next week when I'll be back with another fun video. And if you loved any of the pieces from today's projects, all of the items I used are available on my website at thevintagehennandchick.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.